Hey guys, this is Josh Rowland with the Rowland Team and David Strawn, one of our past clients who recently moved into his new home. So, David, how did you find us?
So I found you actually through a friend of mine who's referred you to a lot of other friends of mine. So it was a very clear, easy decision. Pretty much reached out to you immediately after I talked and met with my friend, told me some about you.
Yeah, which is actually how we get almost all of our business is by word of mouth. David, I'd love if you could just share with whoever's listening, like what was your experience like?
Yeah, so I first met you in this office we're sitting in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just right out the gate, Josh was very organized, asked a lot of questions. I feel like you really got a feel for my personal needs. It wasn't just a kind of meet and greet. I think we met for an hour and a half and really felt like you were listening to me and understood what I was looking for. So for me, it was an easy decision. Right after that, I knew that we were going to stick with this together, and the whole home buying process was very clear. You were very quick to respond. There was never really a step or a process where I was confused or didn't understand what we were doing and why we were doing it.
So tip, if you're searching for a home, narrow it down to what are your actual priorities, and that's something that your real estate professional can actually help you do. And sometimes those houses, I'm trying to get the perfect match, but every once in a while I'm going to throw a curveball in there just to see if your ideal criteria is what we think it is. Because sometimes when you walk into a house and you say, well, it makes sense on paper, but it just doesn't feel right. Did you ever have an experience like that?
I think so, and just, like you said, throwing the curveball in there too, really gets me to look inward to see, what am I exactly looking for? Because, at the beginning of it, I had an idea of what kind of home I was looking for, but being able to see, a whole, versatile list of homes kind of helped me further narrow into exactly what my needs were and what home I was looking for.
Right, and so sometimes if we see too many homes, I take it as like a personal, I take it personally as if I'm not doing a good enough job of narrowing down exactly what it is that we need to be seeing. So tell me, was there anything throughout the process that maybe came as a surprise or didn't go as well as you had hoped?
So I think I was fortunate in my home buying experience. We found my home within 6 days. And in this market in Colorado Springs, I feel like is more or less unheard of. But I think what really spoke to that was, and one thing I really appreciated from you was not feeling like pressured to buy any home.
Have you had any experiences in real estate or in other sales experiences where you've had that kind of negative pressure?
Oh, definitely. It was nice being on this process, not feeling like you were out for yourself. It felt like you were looking out for me.
Yeah, and we are. It is of course our goal to get you to the finish line because that's the only way we get paid. But we have a very holistic approach to, we don't win unless you're winning. So do your homework, because if you go out and just put the cart before the horse, sometimes you're met with disappointment and frustration along the way. And David is the perfect example of what happens when you when you are coachable, when you listen to sound advice, and when you make informed decisions. You don't have to have it all figured out before you begin, but you need to enter this process with a willingness to do a little bit of self-discovery, or at least allow your professional to kind of reflect back to you what you're feeling or experiencing or seeing along the way. And then if you're working with a good professional, hopefully then you'll receive some advice about, well, what's the market doing right now, and use that information to craft the right offer. Sometimes it's not always the money, it's the terms. It's does the seller really need a few more weeks in the house after they close to be on their way? You have to listen, and you have to do some investigation. So every offer that we write and prepare and present, you should be working with a professional who is doing that due diligence for you. Hey, how can we come into alignment with you guys and help you win while we win together? And if you're good at poker, you can smile all the way to the jackpot where you're clearing the table. So that's my 2 cents on the process. We're here in business to serve, and we look forward to serving you guys and your clients or your friends. So thanks for tuning in. David Strawn. If you've ever worked with a realtor who couldn't remember your name, hit that subscribe button.